it's already recording. Okay, cool. Hi people, Serhat here. Yeah, I'm already eating, sorry, because it's a part two. So we are here with Cecily. I call her always Celia, so I don't know how to pronounce Cecily.
Yes, perfect.
Okay. She's a modeling friend of mine. I met her at the acting class here in Barcelona last year in 2019. And she's also a real estate agent, and she's super cool vegan stuff on her YouTube profile, as well as she will tell you. We're doing a mukbang. She already finished her food, but I still have food here, so yeah. Uh, stay tuned. We're talking about everything, kind of like from New World Order to spirituality to what's actually in the food.
Yeah.
Uh, can you please introduce yourselves, Cecily?
Yes. Well, I'm. My name is Cecily, and I'm a Danish model and YouTuber. And I also, yeah, have my YouTube channel. You can come check out. I share like recipes. Right now, a lot of health-related topics because of what the world is going through. And yeah, I'm just super grateful to be here. I love Serhat's channel. Even before he was doing the readings online, he sometimes would do readings for me, and they were always like amazing, amazing, amazing. And it was always such a flowing moment when we were doing them. So I'm just really excited that he's sharing it with more people in the world. And
No.
I think anyone who's ever booked him has had the exact same experience, like with the reading. And I just watched the other day, like the one for Sagittarius, because my I'm Sagittarius, and yeah, it was super interesting and really spot on again. So yeah, it is super good. So I'm super happy to be
Now you make me blush.
here. It doesn't show.
Oh, thank you for saying all these things. I'm like eating here the whole time. My mouth is so full of food. Oh my god.
That's true.
No. She's amazing, people. Check her out because she's not just like posting a lot of nutrition things, also health-based things. And like I'm the spiritual guy, and like I'm always flying around the world with my mind. But she's like someone also combining it with science and tries to see like proofs and tries to like ground the whole spirituality thesis or theoretical stuff. It's really cool. So check her out, please. And yeah, welcome to the mukbang. I still have food because I eat a lot. And this is a green smoothie with spinach, mandarin, banana, and mango, topped with oats, um, berries, chocolate, because I have to treat myself. You know me, some strawberries, banana, and some chocolate muesli and some seeds. And I still have a potato, sweet potato, baked in the oven with they're filled with mustard, hummus, and chili con carne made of seitan and kidney beans. As a side, tomatoes, sprinkled some herbs to make it look better, and a bell pepper filled with chili con carne topped with guacamole. So she already ate her food, but she had also really tasty, like tasty sounding and looking food.
Yeah, but I'm getting hungry just hearing your description of your food. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just had like a salad with a turmeric sauce and some brown rice and lentil loaf. That's like my go-to lunch. Usually salad and some protein. Yeah, it was super good. And I also eat a lot, but usually I eat like smaller portions, and then I just eat more frequently throughout the day. And but I always love Serhat's food. It's just very aesthetic and very healthy. So it's delicious.
Thank you, love. Now, how's it going? And what's the part two even about? Like we didn't even plan anything, people. We're just like, what's happening?
Yeah, yeah. For anyone that wants to see part one, it's on my channel. We talked a lot about like actually perfectionism, funnily enough, while we were eating, and like a bit about how's life in the quarantine and that sort of stuff. So, and we wanted to do part two to like have for each our channel like something different. And yeah, that's it basically. And right now the time is 17:17.
Wow, I love it. Google, hey Google, what does angel number 1717 mean? Okay, she has her period. Wait.
I don't understand the thing.
Google, what does angel number 1717 mean?
On the website kai-mies.com, they say, angel number 1717 symbolizes the awareness of your life values, manifestation of your heart's desires, and it says that you have reached the stage of life when the manifestation of your desires becomes your natural ability.
True.
Nice.
Love it. Oh my god, what happened? So one of my YouTube subscribers, her name is Vegan. I don't know her real name, but I even gave her a shout out in one of my daily messages today. You saw yesterday that she we even talked about it yesterday. She commented on my YouTube video and told me like you have to try to get into Turkish industries and agencies, and you have to look, you have to heat, blah blah blah, like beautiful things, like so much love, so much support. Well, I wrote my two aunties, and she and they like, my one auntie has contact to Mr. and Miss Turkey, like the producer of that, and I sent him yesterday my portfolio.
Yeah.
Sent me on Instagram. He was like, "Can you send it please to the other email address?" So let's see what's happening, because I even sent a lot of Turkish agencies my portfolio, and my other auntie, she was like, "Hey, I will try to figure out and I will try to find some agencies in Izmir, like the main city where my mom is from and where my family lives, as well as in Istanbul, because it's like a metropole city." And I'm so ready for whatever happening. Like I'm so like, I don't know, I quit my part-time job and I'm just like, so universe, like I'm ready, I'm welcome, I unfold, like my left ear's right now ringing.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thanks. I don't know, like even I remember when you talked with me about this one agency that wants to send you to Istanbul. Like imagine just like as a door, as an experience in Turkey. I don't know the vegan cuisine there. Cuisine, like the kitchen in general, is so tasty.
Wow. I'm sure you can find good vegan things. But yeah, it's funny because all agencies that want to send me abroad, Turkey is always the place where they like my profile the most, because apparently they like curvy blonde models. Like they
Wow.
have a lot of lingerie jobs or commercial jobs and stuff like that. So it's always like Turkish agencies. So yeah, let's see what
Oh,
happens.
I'm
Maybe
so
we
down.
go to Istanbul.
I swear, I'm so like ready to leave Barcelona with like a good thing, like a good feeling,
Yeah.
and embrace like all the other parts in the world that wants us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I totally get you. Hmm.
Have you ever been to Turkey?
Many years ago, yeah, when I was like 14 or 15, I think. Yeah, when I was 15, I went with my entire family, and
Wow.
I remember it was beautiful. I didn't remember too much, but I remember it was beautiful for sure.
But which city? Do you remember that though?
No, I don't. I think it started with A or something.
Oh,
But
Ankara, maybe. Or
what?
Antalya.
Ankara?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think maybe there. Is that like a tourist place or something?
Yeah, I think it's even the. Look, I'm not really good at geographics, but like, please don't hate me, people. But I think either Ankara is the main capital city of Turkey or Istanbul, but I think it's more Ankara. Hey Google, what's the capital city of Turkey?
Ankara is the capital of Turkey.
Oh, wow. We probably went there then. I think so, yeah.
I've never been there, but it would be sense. It would make sense if your family has been there.
Yeah. Oh my god, I totally feel like getting some more food now. I think I'll get chocolate actually. Let's have some chocolate.
So people, how's it going? How's your life been? I think like it's time for me having a monologue here. I'm just so ready. Like after this video, I will start filming the weekly zodiac, and then just like see what's going. been just like so. Like yesterday, I had like kind of a chill day. I have all the three Divergent movies, and yeah, a lot of good, but in a good way. Wow.
It's like homemade chocolate fudge. So
Wow.
it's like soft chocolate or something.
What's the recipe? Tell the world, please share, enlighten us.
It's super simple. It's just 3 ingredients. It's dark chocolate, peanut butter, and coconut butter. Not coconut oil, but coconut butter, which is the whole food of the oil. And you just like melt it until it melts together, all of it, and then you just pop it in here and pop it in the fridge, and then you have like, I'll show you a piece when I get it out, but it's super good. And I have like lots of recipes like these on my channel, guys, so go check out my channel.
Yeah, I swear. I watched, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, your granola recipe, and I went crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for watching it.
I swear it looks so tasty.
It's amazing, and I just made a chocolate version this morning.
Wow.
With like cacao in it, and it was like the best thing. And usually like the granola, sorry. Can't swear on YouTube. Oh yeah, it looks like this. Oh.
So it's actually solid.
Well, it's kind of like, it's like a fudge, you know? It's like in between solid and not solid. So it's like softer than regular chocolate. Let's try. That's good. Whoa, whoa, that's rich.
Do you make it with cacao powder and then like coconut butter and peanut butter?
No, actually, I just make it with the dark chocolate already.
Wow. But I saw you make dark, like you use self-made dark chocolate for your Snickers. Is it like the same dark chocolate that you use now for this?
You could, but actually, I just bought like a dark chocolate in the supermarket. Cheers. Cheers on the chocolate, I can see. Don't get me.
What do you mean?
Like I'm trying, like when you say cheers, you know, with a glass.
Ah, wow. Cheers. I like unconsciously ghosted you with your cheers because I didn't understand what you meant. But when you buy dark chocolate, do you go with the percentage of the chocolate though? Like how much dark, like how much is, like what do you prefer?
Actually, I just get the one that's sugar free.
Okay.
Usually I think it's like, I think this one is 70, but I think they have one that's 50.
Mhm.
I just take the one that's sugar free. So.
I love to experiment with those things because I watched a lot of Jamie Oliver when I was a little boy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, maybe that's why I like to cook.
Oh yeah. Makes sense.
And he was always talking about the percentage of dark chocolate, and for stuff 70% is super good and 75, but like when it's like 80 or 85 we would not recommend that. But what I would recommend though is if you have some like salty food, like actually cooking food and not like making sweets, like actually cooking meal, for the sauces I love to use dark chocolate, like 85%, like especially for tomato sauce, because somehow it gives a kind of flavor. It's like just like a little bit like when there's a 25-gram bar, maybe like 10 or 15 gram of dark chocolate, 85%, and it's so tasty. Like I even love to use cinnamon, like even a bit of cinnamon in the tomatoes. It makes such a nice difference.
Yeah. I've seen people do that, especially in like maybe the same thing you're doing, like chili con carne or sin carne. Did you put there as well, or?
I don't remember because I made it last night.
Oh.
No, but the last time I did. The last time I was doing bolognese, I put their dark chocolate and cinnamon. But this time I didn't know why I didn't do it. Maybe I forgot. Oh, I haven't had chocolate. Yeah.
That's so cool.
And how's your, I don't know, daily life going in the quarantine?
It's going pretty well, honestly. I'm such a routine person, and I love that I can just do my routine every day, and it doesn't get disturbed one bit. You know, I love that so much. I mean, sometimes you have to break out of it and do something fun, obviously, but
Mm.
I love it, and I'm learning so much about everything because I feel like now, like a lot of things are coming into the light, and a lot of things that maybe we accepted as normal, we're realizing maybe weren't the best ways of doing things. And I'm learning about governments, about I'm just learning so many interesting things. It feels like I'm taking a speed course in spirituality or something like that.
Yeah, you said that yesterday as well. I mean, besides the thing that we talked about, the food and the biophotons, which you can check out in the part 1 if you feel like aligned to. What is there something more that you feel like you learned new?
Oh, I don't even know where to start, to be honest here. I'm gonna make up some videos on my channel for sure, but I've known about these things for years, honestly, but it was so conspiracy like that I kind of put it in the back of my mind because when you go into the regular world, people just live in a different kind of world, and I got a little caught in that for a while. But yeah, learning about basically like the whole structure of society and why it's been the way it's been, who the elites are and the Illuminati and all that sort of stuff, what it's really based on, and it's so interesting. Like the last few days, I've learned about like I don't want like to talk too much about it, but I feel in a way it's like so important information as well, like the negative energy and negative entities, and like I mean, there's a lot of theories out there. I don't know exactly what's true or not, but I know that some theories actually match what I've personally seen in my meditations and insights that I received personally, which at the time I was like, okay, it's just a random thought, you know, or whatever. But then you start to see other people talk about the same thing, and then you start to see some things in your day-to-day life that seem to match it, and then I have to put together all the like kind of input and be like, okay, maybe there's something about it, and yeah, it's super interesting.
But can you give us more details about like what's like the most thing that was like, wow, oh my God, I've never like I had this feeling, but now it's like, oh wow, I believe that.
Well, there's still things I could learn, but yeah, for instance, many years ago, after I had done the water fast and the raw foods, I was doing a super powerful meditation, which was like a brain wave entrainment. Basically, you were putting this audio that was training your brain to be in a different kind of state, to receive different kind of frequencies and all sorts of stuff.
Like
And that
alpha, beta brainwaves, or
I don't even remember exactly what it was. I wasn't putting too much attention on that. I was just like super strict with doing it. It was like 1.5 hours a day or something of brainwave entrainment. And while I was doing that, I started actually, I don't know if I went into the astral plane or whatever I did, but I saw like negative entities like in the kind of manifestation. And at the time I thought I'm just making something up, you know? It's like just like a fluke of my mind or whatever. But then I actually cleansed some from my own body, and like there was no doubt that there's something about it. And now, for instance, I'm learning. There's this super interesting astrologer in Barcelona. He says he's very trained in training in going to the astral plane, and he can see in the astral plane how everything works and like how everything is connected. And he says from his theory basically that all negative emotions and negative thoughts that we have basically come from negative entities that are trying to influence us. And
Mhm.
the reason why they have to do it like that is because they don't have any power. Like they're only on the astral plane. They don't exist in physical manifestations, but they exist in the astral plane. And they can only influence humanity through trying to change our actions. And the thing is, if they can't do that, they have no power because they can't work on the physical like plane. And that's why all destruction, all negative things that we see in the world is usually a result of humans having been influenced by some sort of negative, like entity or whatever. Some people actually call them a certain thing, like a sort of alien species, or I don't know. I know it's getting weird here, guys. Sorry, bear with me. I can't prove if it's true, but it's super interesting.
No, don't be sorry. It's super interesting. We're open for that.
Good. And the thing is, I realized, like, also how I felt like I found my purpose. I felt the whole point with my purpose was for me to overcome all my internal limitations, which in reality means overcoming any kind of connection with any sort of negativity or negative entity and becoming this unlimited being that I am, and which I believe all humans are. Like, every human has so much potential. It's amazing. And the thing is, if these negative entities did not exist on this planet, we would see a world completely different, I think. Like, basically a paradise on Earth, like with so much. And that's like the world I've been seeing for years. I've always believed in this kind of world, you know, and I've always loved humans and like the potential that human has. And I feel like now is the time, and it's also been said by this guy that these negative forces are losing power. Like, they're losing their strength because people are starting to choose gratitude. They're starting to choose to take control of their own actions instead of being like victimized or whatever. And they're starting to, you know, break free from this. And these entities, they feed off the negativity. So when there's none left, they basically can't survive anymore, at least not on this planet or on the same plane that we're at. And I feel like that's the kind of awakening that's happening now. Like, humans have been in this mental slavery for so long, and now it's like humans are breaking free from it and, yeah, becoming the powerful beings that we are. Because, like mentioned, and that's also a feeling I had so many years ago, is that we are so powerful that the only way something negative can influence us is through ourselves. Like, they can't actually do anything to us whatsoever unless we give them permission to, or unless we agree on it.
Yeah.
And that's like the wonderful thing of everything, is that the power is all within us and it's always been. And I don't know, I feel excited about it.
No, but it's so true. It's all based on free will, kind of, because we have the choice. Do I have the choice to believe that there's someone who might curse me and put myself under this vibration of someone can curse me? Because in Middle Eastern culture, they say like you have to be aware, like there's like this blue devil's eye, and you have to wear this talisman to be protected. I mean, that's cool if you believe in that. I respect that, but it's like I don't want to put myself in the vibration of that someone might curses me. It's my choice, it's my free will that I give someone permission, either, oops, sorry, I give myself permission that either someone can curse me or not. It's the same with the negative entities. Like when you said like also they're like in the astral realm, there are like so many realms, like dimensions, I feel like, because the angelic one is like the closest to source. And then I feel like the way of how it can go up, the spiral goes up, it's also like the spiral goes down. And maybe they're just like, I don't know, because there are like a lot of leaders who try to put who try to spread fear and low vibration emotions to the collective, so the entities that you talked about can receive energy, kind of, because they're not connected to source. Like
Yeah, exactly.
they're connected to their whatever source they have, kind of, I think. Maybe.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how it works, but according to this astral guy, he says they're not connected to source compared to humans who are connected to source, and that's why we're powerful. I even wonder if it's just a creation by humans, you know, because we are creative beings. So maybe the fear that we have experienced have simply created this kind of entity or entities or whatever, because again, the astral plane, things manifest super quickly. And maybe, I mean, that's just a theory. I don't have no idea if it's true, you know, but I like to think like that because it's empowering in the way that, okay, if we created it, then we can also choose to go a different direction and create love instead and change life in that way.
That's so true. It's so interesting because they like also telling us, like, I watched this one video of like message to the dark force energies or something, and they're talking like about one leader of those entities. Like, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say his name. It starts with B and last name starts with G. Still Tates.
Oh my God, yeah, I've looked into that as well, yeah.
Yeah, and apparently this guy is like a vampire or something, and they're like they're like doing a lot of demonic stuff, like a lot of rituals to kind of stay young with their physical body or something, and like like doing sacrifices energetically to those entities, and they like promise them youth or something, like in those movies, you know, where you can call upon invoke demons kind of, and they give you like the thing that you desire with your body, with your ego, and exchange you sacrifice something like life force energy. And if a lot of people in the collective are so focused on fear, they're kind of choosing to spread their energy into this fear emotional state. And all these entities are based on fear or lower vibrational emotions. And then they get like fat by that, I think, maybe.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
It's so,
And that's I think now it's awakening happening of people. I mean, some people are going to stay with their old ways, but I think some people realize that, okay, maybe it's going to take willpower, but like you said in my video, you just choose to see everything as a blessing. And that's light work, you know, because right there you're choosing to see the source in everything. And then that's what you will manifest in your reality, things coming from source, you know? And it's like we're all connected. We're all connected to the collective. So when you do that, you're spreading light into the collective. You know what I mean? It's like so beautiful in a way because I think that's what light work is about. That you just work on yourself basically, and by working on yourself, you are being an example for everyone in the collective energy. You're like a leader in a way. And that's why many times you inspired me so much because you reminded me, oh yeah, I have a choice, you know? I can choose what I'll focus on, and that gives me back my power, and that's so powerful.
thanks for saying that. And I believe the same. It's like by raising my own vibration, and even if someone throws shit at me, like something super like hurting or whatever, it's like, okay, I'm an alchemist. Like an alchemist turns something to gold. And it's like by me being, as you said, the leading example, it's like not just working on my own vibration, because I'm just this computer that is connected to the collective consciousness, like the data network from the system, from the world. And if I choose for myself and decide to raise my vibration, then I raise also the vibration of the collective. It's like I choose to spread water into this building that is burning, and anyone else who receives this energy chooses as well to throw water at this building. But if I choose to like just like gossip and like don't do anything and just like see this building burning, then I lower, like I create this vibration that any other people as well choose that kind of, I don't know. It's so interesting. We're all so connected. It's crazy. That's why also co-creation is so possible for everyone. It's like there's this limitless pool of abundance, and anyone can get into this pool. We just have to see this for ourselves and choose it and do something for that and believe in that, and then we will receive miracles.
So true, yeah. That's why I'm so grateful, like that I met you. Honestly,
Same.
I don't know. It just when we met, it was just such. It was just like you know, one of those moments where you're like, wow.
It's crazy.
Because I booked that modeling class and I had so much resistance towards going. And that whole afternoon I had like meditated, like should I go or should I not? And I had resistance, but I was like, okay, I think I should go, you know? So I go and I'm late, the very first class, which we know the teacher absolutely loved when people were late. And I come in, and the exact moment I come in, you're doing your presentation where you say like I'm supermodel, and you're doing like a workout in front of the class. I'm like, what? This guy is doing exactly what I do in my living room. You know, I never met anyone who does the same thing, and it was just like, whoa, this is like divine timing. And up to going to the class, I saw like 7-7 everywhere. I was like, okay, I'm on the right track. And
Wow.
and here we are today talking about everything on YouTube.
And you know what's funny? It actually started last year, didn't it? In
Yeah,
April.
like a year ago almost. Exactly.
Wow. Wow. The acting class really, like, I remember even when I was then like going to the metro and you were there talking to this one guy, Jose, I think. And then you saw me and we started talking and you asked me so many questions. I was thinking, why is she so curious? But in a good way. I was like, okay, it's so interesting. And then we took out like then we had to go out in Pasig de Gracia, I think, and then I don't know, felt like so connected talking to you because you like explained also from your like point of view, like what's going on in your reality. And then like I don't know, like it was so, as you said, divine timing and like such a ripple effect as well.
Yeah.
Like wow. It's so crazy how time flies though. It's like so I just received so many flashbacks and it's just like a year ago and I feel like I lived already 100 years or something.
Because you evolved so much since then.
Oh wow. Thanks for
You're in a
saying.
different reality, you know?
True. Yeah, complete different. Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. When you just like reflect back, it's the same for you. Like I remember when you started working, like you didn't even start then to work as a real estate. It all happened on that day. And it's so
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, the world is just like so big.
It's amazing. It's because I think we both had like a similar focus in a way of manifestation, you know, modeling and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
Just attracted each other because we had similar like frequency or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I feel like also with the whole industry, it's been super like selective in the way that you know what's famous or what's not famous. And I feel like there has been sort of like someone controlling in a way a lot who gets really famous and who doesn't, especially when
Interesting.
sorry, what?
That's so interesting.
I don't know, it's a theory, you know, but for instance, with modeling, there's been this whole thing that it's only been this certain image of super skinny kind of models, and now people are starting to ask for something else. But
Mhm.
that's because people are asking for it, not because the industry is doing it by itself. But still, it's like, and also the music, a lot of the music that's been very popular has had lyrics that's been very crazy when you really look at them and analyze them. Like even some lyrics, like where you think if people repeat that in their subconscious, you know, is like almost, I don't know, satanic in some way. You know, like it's crazy some of the lyrics. And
It reminds me so much of Charmed.
oh yeah,
If guys, if you do not know Charmed, please Google it and watch it because I love this. I grew up with that. It connected
yeah,
so much to magic, to like higher forces and light orbs and demons and angels and this and that and magic and witches. Holy moly.
yeah.
Because there was this one photographer guy that sucked the life force energy from models.
Hmm. But I feel like that's how we can transform the industry as well, in a way. Like, if it's really true, which I don't know and I can't prove.
I have 77% battery in my MacBook.
Oh, cool.
Crazy. Continue, please.
I'm just saying, if it's really true, I feel like that's also part of my purpose is to enter this industry and bring light,
Mm,
like, and bring, like, to become part of it through my own work, you know, through my own inner work and all of that stuff, not through shortcuts or whatever that some people take, and to just bring like light and be an example of light, because the truth is many of us look up to models and actors and singers and all of that stuff, and as children we, you know, we idolize them, and we look up to them and imagine that some of these people like Lady Gaga have songs with horrible lyrics, honestly, sometimes. And I wouldn't want children to kind of repeat those mantras, which is becomes like it becomes mantras. Imagine instead that we have lyrics with empowering, like songs with empowering lyrics, and like stars that have this energy of, you know what I mean, like of goodness and of like source, and something that reminds us all of the truth in a way.
Mhm.
And like that's why I really have like the desire to work in the industry, is to become that positive example and to like inspire the truth in people.
I was just wondering when you said Lady Gaga, what does she have for lyrics that you kind of felt like it's not a good mantra, or it doesn't make you feel good? Do you have anything in your do you know anything by heart?
A lot of her lyrics are like that. I mean, in the last years she's changed, but she's one of the people that's openly come out and said that she made a pact and that she's regretting it and she's trying to like cleanse the negativity from her life.
Really?
Yeah, she says the illness she's experiencing is due to the negative energies that she accepted into her body as in return of getting the fame that she did.
No way. Where did she say that? Wow.
I don't know, but I'm sure you can Google it and see it.
Wow.
But for instance, the bad romance, it's like I don't even remember all the lyrics, but it's like I want your vengeance. I want your
Hey, I want your disease.
exactly like negativity, you know?
Wow.
When I have that song on my mind, I always change the lyrics to something positive, because the truth is when we sing something, it actually goes into the subconscious a lot more. And that's why music is super powerful, and that's why lyrics are super powerful, and it's a way of brainwashing people, you know?
Wow.
That's why you want positive lyrics. Like I always say, I want your loving, I want your adventure. I say something like that, like love and adventure, and then it goes into my mind, and then I don't know.
This is what you said about light work, alchemist. Like receiving something that is not in alignment with who you want to become to, and changing that internally, and then giving it back to the external.
Yeah.
Talking about it, I received a lot of goosebumps. This is so true. Wow. Like nothing against her being. It's not about like her being. It's more about what she put out to the world. And wow. I
She even said that I actually saw a video like that several years ago, which she was in some conference, and you could see she was starting to wake up, because she said, like, I don't even remember what the conference was for, but she said something like, "Do you guys even realize the kind of subconscious messages we're sending in our music?" It was like she was realizing, and the truth is, her songs, she probably has not written them, most of them. She just gets them and gets told that this is your next thing to record or whatever. So the agenda comes somewhere else, but she just becomes the vehicle or whatever to deliver the agenda.
This is so big.
I feel like such a conspiracy nerd right now.
But I feel like, you know, when you said Lady Gaga, something triggered in me, and I was like, okay, interesting. But then when you give the example of the lyrics, and then I remembered like Spirit was literally giving me bad romance when you said like, and there's like literally the lyrics, I want you ugly, I want you disease or something.
Exactly.
And I'm like someone I always preach about like be aware of what you say, be aware of what you affirm,
Hmm.
be aware of what you let into your vibration. And if you actually sing something and you feel so good by that, I don't know, it's like so, you know, like we could argue about like, okay, but if it makes you feel good, if it makes you feel high vibing, I don't know. It's so like, you know, it's like eating chocolate and receiving endorphins.
Yeah. Or
But it's
even like taking some sort of drug, can make a person feel good at the moment, but
Mhm.
maybe later on has some sort of, I don't know. I just think that a mantra is a mantra, and sure, I mean, if that's what someone wants to manifest into their life, then that's great. But if it's not, maybe be conscious about like what you're repeating for yourself, and even the name bad romance, like I don't want a bad romance, you know? I want a loving romance. I want a good romance. I want an epic romance. So even just that to me is like definitely a different direction than my reality, but I guess it depends on the person for sure. So it's not like bad in that sense, but yeah.
I hear you. Wow. Mm. Do you think when someone makes a pact with something lower, like something dark, and we're made of source, we still have free will to let them go?
I think yes. I mean, for sure. And I know Lady Gaga is trying to do that. I think it just takes a little bit of work, like because apparently these pacts, according to the astrologer, carries a lot of negative karma, meaning that these people might get something good in this life from it, like the fame or whatever, but they have to pay many, 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 many lifetimes after that. And but yeah, of course, as super powerful beings that we are, I always think that there's, I always think that someone can change their ways and maybe it's going to take a lot of work. Like I know that I had to do a lot of work in my life because I have not been a perfect person, you know. When I was younger, involved in a lot of, you know, mind games and karma and families and all of that stuff, you know. It took a lot of purification, a lot of like internal work to just deal
Same.
with what happened in my personal life, and imagine then actually influencing like the collective consciousness of billions of people, you know. We're talking a whole different like scale of things. So
Yeah. It makes so much sense. Wow.
yeah,
Like,
that was my reaction to like, wow, that's interesting.
like literally, like when, especially when you said like internal work, I remember how fake I was in middle school and primary school. Like, I was gossiping a lot about people, and I was like projecting my own wounds and my own shadows to my relationships, and didn't know my conditionings, and like haven't been doing the inner work because I didn't know shit. I was just like, you know, imbalanced, toxic masculine, toxic feminine energy, and like just embracing that. But like with time, like here and there, I still receive some past, like, you know, like aha momentum, like, ah, wow, yeah, now I understand why I was like this way and acting this way. And try, like, imagine like actually having an influence in this kind of way, where you maybe create like something in someone's subconscious mind, as long as they allow that, as long as they create this for themselves, especially if they have no idea, or if they're not aware of that they're a spiritual powerful being. Then maybe something bad happens in their life because I created something and they wanted to have that, or like didn't know about the consequences, because I do know what kind of consequences it create, and I didn't say anything towards anyone.
And it honestly, it's really amazing like that you have all that wisdom and you've already done so much work, and it's really amazing, honestly. But someone like Lady Gaga, like what she's doing now is starting to wake up. And I think that because she has the reach that she has, she could potentially flip it around, you know,
Wow.
and use it to actually empower, inspire suddenly all these people. So in that way, use it as a blessing, sort of, or make it into a blessing, you know.
That's
Um, because I mean, we all have done things because we've been raised in a world that pushes us to do things in a way, you know, and that's the whole thing with the influence. And that's why I think that once this world is clean and that we don't have anyone trying to influence, like I believe so much in the goodness in all humans. I love all of humans, honestly.
so it's like almost 40 minutes, I think.
Yeah, I feel a lot more. Yeah. Do you want me to stop it?
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Let's continue on the next mukbang when yeah. And thank you so much for being here, co-creating this momentum with us. Give this a thumbs up if you want to push our algorithm. Check out the other video and check out Cecile's channel for subscribing her if you feel aligned with that, or giving her a thumbs up to push her algorithm. So we are like more and more people in this whole community, and create a change in this planet based on love and light, lol, and eating good food. And yeah, thank you. Cecilia, do you have anything?
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much, Serhat, for giving me the opportunity to be part of this and to be on your channel. I love your channel so much once again. So Yeah. Thank you to everyone. I hope everyone has a truly wonderful day. And yeah, I'll see you guys. If you want to hop over to my channel, you're always welcome. And yeah, see you guys another time.
And thank you, Celia, for co-creating, for being here.
Thank you.